You see, there was this lion. And we all know who the lion is in the animals. The lion, of course, he's the king of all the animals. But this particular lion had a faithful dog who was his faithful servant. He did everything that dogs do. They love to please their masters. On this particular day, the lion was quite hungry. And he said to the dog, "Dog, I'm hungry. Bring me something to eat." And of course, the dog, he's happy. He runs out and he gathers things that he thinks will tide the lion till he gets his next meal. He gathers fruits, nuts, berries, and all kinds of things you could find in the woods. He puts it on a platter and he presents this thing to the lion. The lion looks at the platter. The lion looks at the dog. And he looks at these things that was presented as food. He took his large paw and he knocked them away. And he said to the dog, "Dog, I am a lion. I eat meat. You bring me meat or I'll eat you." Ooh, that frightened the dog. The dog was hurt. But the dog also knew what would happen to him if he didn't do what the lion told him. So the dog obediently and sadly goes off deep into the woods. He takes this arrow. He throws the arrow and he kills a hare, which is a large rabbit. And he brings this large rabbit about, and he's about to present this to the lion. But in walking back home from the woods, the dog sees something else. He sees all kinds of berries on the ground and in the trees. Now, these berries were poisonous, but the dog gathers these berries anyway. And he remembered what was said to him before he went to kill that large rabbit. He stuffs these berries into the rabbit. He remembered what was said to him that day. He remembered what was said to him the day before and the week before and even the month before. And so he continues to gather all kinds of berries and stuffs it into the mouth of the rabbit and keeps on doing it and stuffing it into this rabbit until the rabbit appears nearly 3 times its normal size. And with all these berries in the rabbit, the dog picks this large rabbit up, puts it over his back, and is about to carry this thing to the lion. The lion is looking and sees what he believes is a very large rabbit, something that's going to fill him up for quite a while. The lion runs and he charges at the dog. He sees the rabbit. He snatches this rabbit, and then the lion devours this rabbit. And the dog is waiting patiently and patiently and patiently until the lion falls down dead. Lion and the Dog is a story that can often teach people how to resist, particularly resisting being enslaved. The lion, being the powerful figure, can represent the master, mistress, or even governors who implement all these laws that say what enslaved folks can and cannot do, which is usually hardly anything. When we look into the dog resisting, the dog knows that he can't resist using force, but he's using his thinking abilities on how to overpower a situation that he thinks is abusive. And by using his wisdom to stuff, poisonous berries in the rabbit, that lets him know he didn't openly kill the lion, but he let the lion mistreat him again and ultimately came to his own end. And sometimes parents may teach their children who are enslaved, sometimes you have to use your brain and not your physical force or brawn to overpower a situation. Because if you use physical force, it can be met with the penalty of death. And so this is just one story that helps teach resistance. We can't say the lion represents master, but the children may know how we tell the story, the message that we're trying to get across to them.